Test, test, test. What's going on, yo? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. So we got a few setters we're looking at right now. Got to break it down in a little bit. We're looking to see if NAS can hold this level here. If NAS can hold this level here, we're gonna look for a buy setup here. I might put my stop loss a little bit tighter. It doesn't have to be that big. I think I might put it a little bit tighter. Okay. Make sure to like the lives. You'll hop up in here, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over as well. You already know the drill. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting. Alright, new 15 just popped up. So we're going to be looking to see if NAS can hold this low as support. If y'all was in the live yesterday, US30 went as projected. That gold setup we took went as projected as well. Give me 1 second. Let's see, we're going to take this setup here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yeah, I'm liking this right here. As far as news today, we just have 5 a.m. GBP news, which should be interesting for GU and GJ. Gold, we caught a nice buy. Again, if you wasn't live yesterday, we took this buy setup. This is how it played out after the live ended. And then it did the same move again going into 9 o'clock, 9:30 New York Open. So we're going to be looking for a possible NAS buy here. NAS can maintain 25,690 as support. We can look for buys going to 25,780, 790. We need to hold that level for the uptrend to continue, but we are still technically bullish. So that's why we're looking at a possible buy setup here. And then we're going to be looking for GU sales as well. We're just letting price retrace right now. So I'm paying close attention to this because we might hop in this in a second. If y'all have any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Like, give me 1 second, y'all. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. I'm liking this right here. Just looking to see if it can hold right here. They were letting GU retrace. We're looking for sales on GU. We're just letting it retrace right now. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, GU ended up dropping as well. That thing fucking tanked all London session. The New York session consolidated. What's going on, cooking channel? I was in TikTok live yesterday. Shout out to those that was in the live yesterday. Shout out to those that was in the TikTok live yesterday. What are we looking for this morning? So right now I'm looking for possible NAS buys on NAS100 NQ, and I'm looking at possible GU sales. All right. So right now I'm looking to see if NAS can maintain this level of support right here at 25,700. If so, we're gonna look for buys going to the highs to the left at 25,790. That's what I'm looking for on NAS right now. And then I'm looking at possible GU sales. I'm about to see how GU reacts to this level here. If it can maintain 3,400 as resistance, I'll look for sales here. Or if it wants to keep retracing, I'll let it retrace, but I am looking for sales on GU. Now we do have GBP news in about 2 hours, so we're going to see if that does anything to the GBP pairs. GJ, I'm going to leave alone. We could look for a buy setup here. But I'd rather see price push up a little bit more. You can see it started to do a buy move right here. But I'd rather see price push up a little bit more before I take a buy setup. Alright, so, but we can look for buys on GJ because we are bullish, but I'm just going to let it do its thing for a little bit. Again, a part about trading is not always going for every setup. Even if you can see price doing something, you still want to go for clean, high probability setups. You want to be picky with the trades you take. So right now we're just watching to see if we can hold this level right here. But that's pretty much it, because again, a lot of these charts are like at all-time high territory. We had retracements take place, so we got to be a little bit more patient with things like that. Like yesterday, we rode the US30 wave up. So again, if y'all was in the live stream, let me get you off the screen, my bad. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we talked about US30 buys, and of course, whoops, I'm on the wrong screen typing. Let me go back on this screen. All right, if y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we talked about US30 buys. We also talked about US30 buys at the beginning of the week. So again, hit that first link in the description, join the free signal, free Telegram. Like I always talk about, when you watch the Sunday chart analysis, it doesn't just go over what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. If you watch this week's Sunday chart analysis, that I dropped Sunday night at 8:11 p.m., you'll see majority of charts going as projected. US30 included. So we could see some buys on US30 today as well. I'm not against going for buys on US30 again. It's just we're approaching the all-time highs. That's the only thing. Let's get this off the screen right here. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. I'm about to catch us to the chat in a second. We'll just put this right here. Fuck it. Speaking of TikTok, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way. TikTok, _Playmaker_Way_. So we're going to look for buys on US30 still as well. Just got a little bit of work to do. Okay, look for a possible buy setup here. So let me see how price plays out right here. NAS is rejecting this level. So again, we had some pretty decent moves take place yesterday. So right now we're just looking for some retracements and retests right now. Let's see how G reacts to this level. Those joining the live, we have not entered any trades yet. These are just trade ideas. We have not entered any trades yet. Let's see how G reacts right here. Let's see if we can hold 3390 as resistance. If we can hold 3390 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 3380. Let's see how price reacts right here. NAS is rejecting. So we're gonna let US30 do its thing. I was looking for a setup here, but NAS has really been struggling compared to US30 to make big moves to the upside. So we might leave NAS alone and pay attention to US30 YMs today. Alright, let's see what else we got going on. What's going on, Naomi? I see you up in here. No, I don't trade silver. If you want me to take a look at it, I can, but I don't really trade silver. I used to back in the day. I really look at the same handfuls of charts. I switch between US30 and NQ, and then I look at gold every day, and then I look at, on the Forex side, GBPJPY and GBPUSD. Those are the main charts I look at. I just flip between those. Alright, because again, if you would have met me back in the day, that's when I was trading everything. Like, I was trading shit you never heard me talk about before. And I was also trading gold, silver, all that good stuff. But now I just narrowed it down to a handful of charts that I like the best, that I move the smoothest, and usually have setups. But if you want me to look at silver, just let me know. We can take a look at silver, but I just mainly just trade these handful of charts as of right now. Again, there is no news today besides GBP news at 5 a.m. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Just the patience game right now. You already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up. Not against gold buys again either. We could go for gold buys again like we did yesterday. Still holding that level of support. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. Details when in a trade. I tell you, like, if you listen to what I'm saying, like, I'm telling y'all what my game plan is, right? So I'm saying these prices, pay attention to the prices I'm talking about, and then also pay attention to what we're looking at, what the charts are doing, right? So that's why, like, when I do the recaps of the day, like, for example, if y'all was in the live yesterday, we did take the gold setup, right? We took that gold setup live. So if y'all was paying attention to live, you could have caught that gold setup with us. But also at the same time, if you was listening to what I said in the live stream, you could have caught also this GU setup and this US30 setup. The thing is, you just have to pay attention and be on the lookout for it on your own, or you join the advanced way signal room and you can get signaled when we take the setups, or when I drop what I'm dropping next week. You'll get alerted and notified when my levels and stuff get hit. You'll see my trade ideas. So I got something dropping next week, which is like the low tier. So I'm gonna have tiers for the playmakers now. So you're gonna see what I'm talking about. I should have talked about it this week, but I've been busy as hell, and y'all know I don't really be promoting shit like I should over here. I just be doing shit, but I'm gonna be better at promoting shit. I should have promoted that shit this week, but it is what it is. Y'all know I just be doing things. But I got something dropping next week for those that can't get into Playmaker University yet or aren't ready for the signals. I got a lower tier thing dropping that's gonna be still full of information and gems, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, so these live streams is me literally looking for setups live. You get to see the realistic side of the charts, realistic side of trading. And again, if you pay attention to the levels I'm talking about, you can catch the same setups I take. And sometimes if there's volume, we do take setups live. Like, for example, yesterday we took this gold setup live, right? If y'all was in Monday's live stream, we took this GJ setup live. Oh shit, I done dropped my lighter. It's all good. All right, so we go to Monday, and if you watch Monday's live stream, we took this GJ setup live. This one right here, right? So we do take setups live, but at the same time, I'm not going to just take a setup if my confirmations aren't met. So that's why you just have to pay attention. And that's also a beautiful part about trading, because again, trading, you do the same thing every day, but it's not going to be the same thing. Like, you're not going to take a trade the exact same time every single day. You know what I mean? You have to pay attention to the charts, and you have to wait for price to come to you and meet your confirmation. So that's what we're doing right now. We're waiting for price to come to us and meet our confirmations, right? We have our trade ideas to the right, just like I talked about in the TikTok lives. We got our trade ideas to the right, and this is our game plan for the day. So now we're just waiting for price to hold our levels and meet our confirmations, and then once that happens, we take a setup. That's how simple it is. So let me switch back to GU, because I'm not looking at GJ right now, unless it does some bigger pushes. No problem, no problem. Again, if you have any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop in the chat. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out if you have not already. About to drop it in the chat as well. So we're about to see how this next 15 looks. We could look for a possible GU sell here. If GU can maintain and hold 33.90 as resistance, we could look for sales going to 33.80. So we're watching GU right now, and we're watching NAS and US30 currently. Let's see what we got going on. New 15 about to pop up. Let's see what we got going on. Again, pay attention to how price reacts to these levels. Everything is important. Just done lost my mouse. Alright, new 15 just popped up. Let's see if we can hold this level right here. And those that message me, I'm going to respond to y'all after this live or in a couple hours when it's a little bit closer to daytime. Because I did get a lot of messages last night when I was asleep. I'm going to respond to them in a little bit, y'all. And again, if you want to contact me, okay, hold that thought. Let's see if we can hold this level right here. Let's see if we can hold this level. Again, we're looking to see if we can hold this level right here. And if y'all was in the live yesterday, this is also why I don't breakout trade. I like to wait for the break and retest. Because imagine we would have took this sell here just because price broke this level. All right, we could have potentially got wicked out. Same thing right here. So again, we want to enter sells off resistance levels, enter buys off of support. Right, again, we're not holding this level as resistance yet. So if we go for a sell here when it's being held as support, it's not going to be a shock or surprise if it rejects up. But if we can hold the level as resistance, we have a higher likelihood of price pushing downwards, right? It's the exact opposite. We're looking for buys. We're going to enter buys on support levels, not resistance. If we enter buys off resistance levels, it's a no-brainer that price rejection pushes to the downside. So again, it's just a patience game. It's patiently waiting for volume and your confirmation to be met. You're not just going to hop into a trade as soon as price touches a level. That's just not how it works. That's if you're trying to make some actual money, right? If you just want to throw your money in and do dumb shit, go for it. But if you're actually trying to protect your capital and have a high win rate, you have to wait and be patient. So again, if we would have took that sell without price closing the holding, we'd be in drawdown right now and a potential risk of our stop loss getting hit. Again, we had some decent moves happen yesterday. We got some retracements taking place. We should be able to catch a nice couple setups today, though. We should be able to catch a few nice setups today. We would have had our stop losses. So again, do not break out trade, wait for the break and retest. So GU did do a nice drop, so a retracement is nothing wrong because again, it didn't really retrace last night or yesterday, kind of just ranged. So retracement is nothing wrong because we can just catch that nice drop to the downside. Again, we do got news for GBP at 5 a.m. as well. So we might just have to wait for that action to take place too. Charts are kind of just ranging right now. Like this US30 setup. Let's see what else we got going on here. What are those lines in my chart? They're my key price levels. These are levels I enter and exit off of. I teach the members and students at Playmaker University how to do this. So basically, when you learn how, like we was talking about during the TikTok lives, and when you get your copy of the playbook, y'all don't got your copy of the playbook yet. I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all be seeing how it works every day in the TikTok lives and the trade breakdowns and Sunday chart analysis on day-by-day basis. So if you do not have your copy of the playbook yet, I don't know what y'all are doing. Get y'all's copy this weekend. But after you understand the rules of price, then I teach the members and students how to mark off these key price levels. So when you have these key price levels marked off, it's like having a cheat code on your screen because you're able to know the best place to enter at and exit at, right? There's a reason why this level is marked off, and it's not a coincidence that once price held this level of support, the volume picked up and then halted at this level. And there's not a coincidence that when price broke this resistance low and held that support, the volume picked up and then halted at my next level. And then look how price retraced, touched this level, came back, right? And then look at how the volume halted at this level. And then look how price halted right here at this level. So when you have these key price levels marked off, you know the best place to enter at and exit at, and you're also prepared for the next possible retracement or rejection before it takes place. So there is no getting blindsided or caught off guard in the markets. We understand the rules of price, and then on top of when you have these key price levels marked off. So that's what these lines on our chart are. Same thing like right here. You see how price is trending as low as resistance, holding at support. So again, when you break out trade, you're not waiting for price to turn from resistance to support or support to resistance. So when people say, oh, I got wicked out, my stop loss get hunted, it's because you're going for sells off a support level when you need to go for sells off of a resistance level. You see what I'm saying? Just like you would have tried to break out traded here, you would have got fucked up. And it's not because you got faked out your liquidity got grabbed, it's because you try to enter a buy off of a resistance level before it could turn to a support level. And if you do not understand support resistance, again, this weekend, study up, check out the day trading tips playlist. Let me get you off the screen, my bad. And also check out this video right here I'm about to drop in the chat. But again, if you have any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. But you know the drill, we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Where's this video? Here it is. But again, this is why I got the chill music playing, because it's the reality of trading. It's not fast paced, shouldn't be stressful, it should be just simple and easy. All you're doing is waiting for price to come to you. Because you can know whether to go for buys or sells, but that doesn't mean at that very moment, price is going to make that move. So you still have to respect price and wait for price to show you that it's ready to make that move. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way, TikTok _Playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new posts lined up for y'all today. New 5-minute just popped up. We got another possible buy set up here. Alright, NAS rejected, so we're going to leave NAS alone. So we're going to wait to see how US30 plays out right here. Let's see what else we got going on. Again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. Let me get this off the screen really quick. GU is Forex. I trade Forex in futures and indices. But if you're in America, they're split into two different brokers. Forex is one broker, futures is another broker, gold's with the futures. What broker I use, if you're brand new to trading, do not worry about a broker. If you're not brand new to trading, then I'll tell you about a broker. But the last thing you need to worry about is taking trades, because like we talked about in the TikTok live, if you don't understand what you're looking at or what's going on, taking trades on a broker is going to do nothing but stress you out and throw your money away. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're brand new to anything, trading is no different from any other skill. I know people online make it seem like it's some magic, mythical thing, but at the end of the day, it's still a skill you have to learn, right? And anything you're brand new to, you're bound to make mistakes. The only difference with trading is those mistakes will cost you, right? That's why so many people crash out or give up or say trading's gambling, because they watch one YouTube video, then open up a broker account, start taking trades. Then the broker, quote unquote, takes their money, and now the markers are evil. You see what I'm saying? But again, you only really lose money and blow accounts if you don't know what you're doing. So if you do not understand how to read the charts, you don't got a strategy down, and you haven't practiced on a demo account, you should not worry about a broker, let alone a live account. Just trying to save y'all some money, because I've been there, done that. Everybody's been there, done that. Trying to save y'all some money and stress, I promise. So let's see what this next 15 looks like right here. Let's see what else we got going on. What's going on, guys? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on? Yeah, the playbook on those key levels are the truth. It changed the game for me. Just passed another funded account yesterday. Way really knows the stuff. Hey, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Let them know. Let them know. It's called the playbook for a reason. She's been killing it. Literally, her first month joining, she got funded over 150K. Like literally after 1 month of joining, she got funded over 150K. So shout out, yeah, she knows she doing. She be doing her thing. She be doing her thing. You know, she don't be hitting me up no more. She be like, man, I know what I'm doing now. I don't, you know, fuck way. I just be chilling so I can play with you. But that's really how it be, and that's how I want it. Like a lot of the playmakers, they don't be hitting me up no more unless, you know, they're showing me results. I got questions, they're brand new, because that's how simple it is. Again, my bio doesn't say trading made simple for no reason. Like, I literally teach you everything you need to know so you don't have to rely on me, right? Once you put the work in, I literally give you everything you need to know to succeed. And that's why the group chat be dead most of the time, and that's why we just be chilling, because it's very simple and self-explanatory once you understand how everything works. Because again, like in the TikTok live, a lot of people was confused what we was talking about, and there's a lot of confusion because a lot of y'all are taught a strategy or indicator, but you're not taught the most important thing and the first thing you should learn, which is how the charts work. Because again, how are you supposed to use a strategy or indicator on charts if you don't know how the charts work? Again, strategies are supposed to be formed or learned based on the knowledge of the charts, and indicators are not supposed to be the confirmation. They're supposed to be used as an extra confirmation. So you can't cut corners when it comes to trading. And I promise y'all, when you just rip the band-aid off, become a playmaker, learn how the charts work, things will become a lot easier and simple. Again, our win rate's not high because we take every setup. Our win rate's high because we don't take every setup, right? We're picky with our setups. We only take A+ setups, and our winners are always bigger than our losers. You see what I'm saying? So we're 4-1 this week. We went 5-1 last week. And then Q4 to wrap up Q4, we went 80 wins, 12 losses, giving us 87% win rate. October went 30-4, November 27-3, December 23-5, catching 305,170 pips. You can see this by hitting the first link in the description, join the free signal for Telegram. Then you scroll to January 4th, you can see all this stuff yourselves. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of Q4. Everything's dated, time to document it. Literally can't make none of this stuff up. And then also if you scroll to, I think it was January 6th or January 10th, one of the two, January 9th. You go to January 9th, you can see how we wrapped up the entirety of 2025. We took 232 wins, 30 losses, all 12 months combined, giving us 85% win rate for the year. Caught almost 1 million pips. Again, all this says data, time to document it, can't make none of this stuff up. But we really be doing this. So when I tell y'all we be averaging 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, we really do that shit. And that's not even including risk rewards, right? We average 1 to 2, 1 to 4 RR setups. So that's not even including risk ratios. But let's see what we got going on here. Let's go for tracing. We could look for a possible buy setup here and maintain that level. This IG is about to reattempt to try to push down. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. New 15 just popped up. But this is the reality of trading. Not every day is gonna be fast paced. This is why I also don't be on the charts all day and why I have alerts. So all I got to do is get a notification on my computer or text on my phone, knowing when prices are at one of my levels. And then once I get that notification or text on my phone, that's when I hop into the charts and then do what I do. Like, you don't have to be on the computer all day like people make it seem. Or like the streamers be on live for like 10 hours. You don't got to do that shit. I'm literally only at my desk when I'm doing one-on-one sessions, when I'm making videos, or when I'm doing like live streams like this or TikTok live streams. Besides that, I'm not at my desk at all. Like a lot of times when I call signals, if I don't call signals during the London session live, I'm in bed, I'm out and about, I'm never at my desk, never. And that's the beautiful thing about trading. So it's like NAS is about to do around 2 for us. And that thing rejected again. So again, what would have happened? We would have broke out, traded again. would have got wicked out. So again, all these times where people were like, it keeps on wicking me out 3 times in a row, is because you're not waiting for price to break and hold. Look how many times you would have went for a breakout trade, you would have got fucked up. You see what I mean? Again, you should never be in a rush to take a setup. Never, never, never. Let's see what this next 5 minute looks like. What's going on, Christian? I see you up in here. What's going on? What's going on? I'm not looking at GJ today. Unless it does a big push later on today, I'm not looking at GJ. I'm just going to let it retrace and come back to it not tomorrow, next week. We do got GBP news in about an hour and some change. But as far as GBPUSD, we're looking for sells, right? If it was in the live stream yesterday, GU ended up doing that drop we was talking about. So now we're just letting GU retrace, but we're looking for sells. So we're going to look to see if we're going to look for sells at 3,400 or at 3,390. Or if it retraces even further, we can look for sells up here as well. But as of right now, these are the 2 levels we're looking at. If it pushes up more, in the advanced play scenario in Plainview University, I'll drop the New York price watch list, giving y'all an update on GU. But as of today, we're looking at sales. As of today, we're looking at sales. You entered that 150 there. What you enter? Did you go for? Oh, you say you're in a UJ. It's funny. A lot of people like UJ. I do not like UJ at all. That's like my least favorite JPY pair. But I always find people look at that. I don't know why. I do not like UJ. I don't know. GJ and EJ just move a lot smoother. Like, I feel like all the JPY pairs move way smoother than the UJ. I think the USD and the JPY is just a terrible combination. Maybe that's what it is. But I always have way more success with GJ, EJ, even New Zealand JPY, Australian JPY. I just cannot get behind UJ. But if you're in profit, that's what's up. Don't let me stop you from trading UJ. I just laugh every time people say that, because I'm like, damn, what do people see in it that I don't? That's just like USD CAD. I don't know how motherfuckers trade USD CAD. Like, that chart is ridiculous. It could be better, but I know back in the day when I used to look at that shit used to be a fucking mess. I bet you that shit's a mess still. Oh, it actually is kind of smooth. It actually was kind of smooth the past couple months. So I could have actually traded that shit. But you can see, like, June, like, look at this just nastiness, right? Like, this is shit you don't want to trade in. Like, this consolidation. This is why I stopped trading that shit. Because, like, it has a lot of moments where it's just choppy as fuck. And you can't do shit. Like, you see back in 2024, like, there was not shit you could do a couple years ago with USD CAD. So that's why I stopped trading that shit, because it was like you have a month or two of smoothness and then it's just chop city. That's just like the Swiss franc pairs. Like, I used to trade the Swiss franc pairs, but then the Swiss franc pairs I noticed were just fucking choppy as fuck, so I stopped trading that shit. Like you see what I mean? Like, if you trade Swiss franc pairs, I don't know how the fuck y'all do that shit, because that shit is just disgusting. Like, look at this. Like, how the fuck we supposed to trade this shit? Like, this shit's just disgusting. But you can still see, even though I haven't traded the Swiss franc pairs since like 2022, maybe early 2023, you can still see how my levels are still relevant, because I have not traded this shit in at least 2 or 3 years, which is hilarious. But somehow my levels are still accurate on this, which is weird as fuck. I don't know why my levels are there, but that's another reason why I trade the charts I trade, because these are the charts throughout the years that I've noticed have the smoothest market structure, because you need volume and smooth market structure to avoid getting wicked out all the time and to actually catch a lot of clean setups. That's also like why when you see us take trades, once we break out of that retest stage, we're just chilling in profit for the rest of the trade or the rest of the day, because we're always going with the flow of price and we're always catching higher highs or lower lows. All right, but let's put gold back on the big screen. But like I said, if you're in profit, don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop me. But so we got NAS pushing back up. Let's see how GU reacts right here. Again, if y'all have any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe. We just hit 4,500 subscribers. Shout out to the new subscribers. Let's get to 4,600. All right, just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. We're about to see how today plays out. Again, we're 4-1 this week. As far as how this week's going, took a W yesterday on gold. Actually took the same setup twice, London and New York session. So we took a W yesterday. We took a loss on Wednesday on GJ. And then we took a dub on NAS100 on Tuesday. Got a nice 1-2. Almost 1-3 on that. And then Monday, we took a GBPJPY live, and then we took this NAS100 by New York session. So we went 2-0 on Tuesday. So we're 4-1 this week. And then all the wins were high R setups. So we're super up this week. That's as far as how this week is going. Last week we went 5-1. So we've only taken 2 losses so far this year, which is not bad. 2 losses so far this month, which is not bad. And again, if you check out the Sunday chart analysis, you'll see a lot of charts have been going as projected. So again, how am I able to tell y'all what to look for the entire week? It's a price, and you get that playbook, you realize how simple it is to understand what the hell's happening on the charts. So NAS just broke back above this level. So what we're going to be looking for this next 5 going into 4 o'clock is to see if we can maintain this level as support. That's what we're going to be looking for right here. We're going to be seeing if we can maintain this level as support right here. That's what we're going to be looking for. I'm about to cut into the chat in a second. Let's see if we can push back up right here. And y'all fucking with the new background music? I told y'all I was going to find some more music. I told y'all. I'm fucking with, I like this one. It's a little bit shorter than the other one, but so far, knock on wood, we haven't had ads in the middle of the live stream, so I ain't complaining. Where would you take profit through your eyes? You're talking about with UJ? What is your, so if you take a trade, you should already have a take profit in SL. So what is your SL and what's your TP, right? So this is your entry, what's your SL and what's your TP? Every trade you take, just like you see on my screen, every trade I'm looking for, I know where I'm entering at, I know where I'm exiting at, and I know where I'm exiting at stop loss wise. I know how much I'm risking per trade, and I know how much I'm going to potentially make per trade. So now all I can do is just focus on the charts because everything else is in the playbook, right? So what is your SL and your TP? You need to have an SL and a TP, and I talk about this in my other playbook, which I should talk about, but y'all know I just be vibing. I don't really be promoting shit like I should. I know I'm a terrible marketer, y'all. Actually, I'm not, but I could be one if I wanted, but I purposely don't. But if y'all don't have my other playbook, that's why I talk about this playbook. I talk about how to never blow your account. I talk about give you my exact trading plan. I go over trading psychology and all the shit you see on the screen. That's what I go over. So if you don't get the other copy of the playbook, make sure to get that. Or if you're in Playmaker University, click the pinned comments because you have both copies of these books in Playmaker University as well. But every trade you take, you should have an SL and a TP. So what is your SL and what's your TP? Let me know if you got an SL and TP. And then we can talk about it. I have no issue pulling up UJ. Anyone's in trade, I have no problem giving you a second opinion, but do not take a trade without an SL or TP. Let's see what else we got going on. UJ. Okay, so let's look at UJ then. All right, so let's take a look at UJ. We ain't got nothing going on right now, so let's get rid of gold. As let's take a look at USDJPY, ladies and gentlemen. I have not traded this shit. So first, let me see my levels. No, it broke past my levels. Yeah, it broke past my levels. I don't know, it has a couple of smooth, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it just be choppy a lot of time. Now, granted, GJ has some choppiness as well, but I don't know. I just feel like this shit just had a lot more choppiness going on than other charts. But a lot of charts last year were kind of choppy, but let's just get to what we're here for. All right, so you said your entry was 158.32. So we're gonna put a line here. 158.32. 32. Boom. That's your entry. Then you said your SL is 157. I mean, the 159. So your SL is 159. So your entry's right here. Your SL is 159. Are you swing trading? What you going for? Are you going for a swing trade? What are you going for, Christian? Are you a swing trader? Then you say your TP is 157. Okay. Okay. So let me know if you're a swing trading, you're a day trader. What do you consider yourself? What do you consider yourself? Now, RR wise, it's not a terrible risk reward, so the trade's not bad. Now, as far as sales, it's a little too early, in my opinion, to go for sales. Because we're not in a downtrend as of yet. We just reversed, right? So unless price reverses today, you could get sucked back into the bullish momentum. So do keep that in mind, because we're not in a downtrend as of yet. All right, so your RR is decent. Your entry is not terrible. It's a pretty big stop loss though, but your RR is still good. That's why I'm like, are you swing trading? You day trading? Like, what are you trying to go for right here? Because this TP, that's a big ass TP. And it's a Friday, so that's why I said, like, unless we have a big ass reversal take place today, that TP is not getting hit today. The TP is not going to get hit today unless we have a big ass reversal. Now we do have news at 5 a.m. So unless the 5 a.m. news causes price to tank even more, that's an iffy TP right there, in my opinion. Like I said, RR is good. Entry's not terrible. We're just still technically in the uptrend. Like, we're in a reversal right now, right? So reversals don't always mean the trend is going to change. You see what I mean? So just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. But you're in profit right now, so just let it play out. But when you get to like a 1-to-1, do move your SL in profit. And then also keep it. Wait, no, it's not. This is USD/JPY, so GBP news won't affect USD/JPY. So scratch what I said about the GBP news. But everything else I said, keep in mind, is valid. So you are in profit. So like I said, just keep an eye on it. Don't let your winner turn to a loser. And there are a few levels I would recommend paying attention to as we do go down. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. If anybody else is in trades, you want me to look at the trades you're in, you could drop them in the chat. But again, have your entry SL and TP in the comments so we can actually look at the shit and break it down. And we're about to see if NAS can hold this level as support right here. You like the scalp, but I do it all. Okay, so all right, so this ain't a scalp. Just letting you know, this ain't a scalp, my boy. This ain't a scalp. So just understand, like I said, you have a wide stop loss. That's what made me think you was swing trading. But it's not good to start a swing trade on a Friday, because then you would have to either close early or hold over the weekend. And that's a coin toss, because when the weekend markets reopen, you don't know which way that gap's going to go. You could be hella far in your stop loss, or you could be hella deep in your profit. But like I said, unless we tank today off this reversal, we're still technically bullish. So there's that. There's that. So just keep an eye on your chart. You are in profit though, so keep an eye on your chart. Let's see what else we got going on. No problem, no problem. So yeah, we're about to see if NAS can hold this level as support right here, and they're still paying attention to GU. Like I said, the game plan mainly for today is possibly going to be mainly GU sales, NAS and US30 buys. And then unless GJ does something between now and New York session, we're gonna just let GJ marinate for the rest of the week. Because we're in the middle of a higher low, we could look for buys, depending on how it reacts to this level right here. Once my computer loads. Like, this is a valid buy spot right here. This is like the last line of defense though. So like if GJ fails to maintain 211.85 as support, we could go timber reverse as well. And then GU still doing what GU does. So again, we're waiting for price not to just break, but break and retest. Again, what would have happened? We would have broke out traded again. We would have had our stop loss hit 3 times in 1 hour. Not because the markets hate us, not because they're stop loss hunting, but because we're going for sells off support levels instead of sells off resistance levels. You see what I'm saying? Let's see what this next 5 minute looks like. We'll be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. Appreciate y'all liking the live. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. You're talking about with USD/JPY. Let me pull up USD/JPY really quick. But look at how we're maintaining a little less support. All right. Let's pull up UJ again really quick. As far as today with UJ, got a few things to pay attention to. Let me do a little magic trick really quick. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. You already know the drill. Well, shit, where it's at right now, I'd pay attention to. But we're about to break it down really quick. Give me a second, I got you. But like, I'd actually pay attention to where it's at right now to keep it a stack. But we're about to break it down. We're about to break it down. Just gotta do a little magic trick. Y'all don't let these new folks outdo y'all with the questions. I tell you, I don't mind answering questions. Don't be shy to ask me questions. Don't be shy to ask me questions, right? Like I said, like I don't mind doing longer live streams and talking more, but at the same time, I'm not gonna just be talking to myself. That's why I just be chilling, letting the music play out and shit like that. If y'all have questions, I got no issue answering them. Like I tell them all the time, I'd rather answer a bunch of questions then y'all be sitting here confused, struggling in silence. But I'm about to answer your question in a second. Just give me a second. Alright, so like I said, your entry wasn't terrible. Like I said, only thing I don't like about this trade is that we're not in a downtrend as of yet. But besides that, your entry wasn't terrible. Right, so where we're at right now, you'd want to pay attention to, because if we do not break past 158.10 and hold as low as resistance, we could reject back to your entry point. So do keep that in mind, right? So this is your trade idea, and these are the levels that are going to need to be broken to even get to the halfway point before it can even get to. So just to get to a 1-to-1, we're going to need to maintain 158.10 as resistance. And then we're gonna have to break past 157.90 as well as 157.75. Okay, so pay attention to those price points. Rewind, pause, screenshot, whatever the case may be. That's the power of YouTube. But those are these levels you're going to have to break before you can even get to a 1-to-2 just to get to a 1-to-1, you're going to have to break past these levels right here. All right, and that's why, as you can see, why price halted at this level. So again, if you would have had these key price levels marked off, you had a decent entry. You could have got a little bit better entry. It could be spread, but your entry wasn't terrible. But you would also be prepared for this rejection before it took place, and also the next rejections to come. All right, because again, that's the power of having these key price levels marked up. As you can see, you'll be prepared for the next push and then the next halt. It's not a coincidence that price halted here, right, and then retraced and then pushed at my next level here, right? Just like we see right now, price is about to try to attempt to turn the support level into a resistance, right? So that's what we see price doing right now. So like I said, your trade was good. The only thing I don't like, stop loss is kind of big. I don't like that. That's why I asked, would you swing trading, scalping, whatever the case may be. Because if you had a tighter stop loss, you could have a bigger RR, right? So like, yeah, so that's the only thing. But your RR is still good because it's still a 1-to-2 at the end of the day. So, you know. All right, let's see what this next 5-minute looks like. Let's see what this next 5-minute looks like. Appreciate you, big dog. No problem, no problem. Look at silver. We can take a look at silver. I got you. We're gonna take a look at silver. We're just chilling right now, y'all. So I ain't got no issue pulling up charts. I haven't traded. A lot of people been asking about silver lately, which is funny. And I know y'all probably on the future side. So tell me the ticker symbol for silver on the future side. Somebody dropped the ticker symbol for silver on the future side. But silver's been moving pretty smooth. Now, it could be different, but back in the day, right? Because again, I used to trade this shit back in the day. So back in 2022, 2023, what I noticed with silver is, if you compared silver and gold, gold did cleaner moves more times than not than silver. But that doesn't mean that silver doesn't have any moves. But this was also before I understood fully how market structure and shit works, right? But I'm trying to see if I can find a silver setup I called back in the day. But again, you know, I used to trade everything. Like some of y'all, unless y'all in Europe, y'all don't even know about GBPJPY or USDX. Which I know about USDX and GBPJPY. I used to eat off GBPJPY back in the day. So shout out to, you know, GBPJPY. I'm trying to see if I can find, but yeah, let me know the ticker symbol for, unless you're on the Forex side, then we could just look at silver like this. But if you're on the future side, tell me this ticker symbol for the future silver. That way I can give you prices for silver. I'm trying to find what I took. But again, I don't really take that many silver setups. But again, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been catching big boy moves to the downside and upside again since 2022. So that's why last year we didn't really struggle when everybody else was struggling, because what we was doing is what we've always been doing, right? Again, we've been top ticking, bottom ticking before this shit became a trend. I'm trying to find a silver setup, but I can't find one. So let me see what y'all told me in the chat if you're on the Forex or future side. And again, if you want me to look at any other charts, drop them in the chat, y'all. I don't mind running through some charts. I have no issue doing that. Damn, I'm really trying to find a silver setup I call so I can compare it, but as you can see, we didn't really call that many silver setups. But you also see I used to trade shit. Like, y'all never heard me talk about Euro GBP or Euro AUD or AUD USD. There's a reason for it. Like, I used to trade everything. That's how I know, and I'm so confident when I tell y'all that this works on everything, because I literally would trade everything and eat off everything. So that's how I know this shit works on everything. Look at that nasty drop. Oh my goodness. But fuck it, I can't find it. It's in here somewhere, but I can't find it. And I'm not gonna waste too much time on it. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. XAU, GBPJPY now. Maybe it wasn't until 2023 I started trading silver. Maybe that's why I started trading silver in 2023, not 2022. Because there was a point in time where I was trading silver a little bit, but then I stopped because I noticed gold was moving a little bit smoother. I was trying to find when I was doing it, but I can't find it. So we're going to keep it pushing. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. Man, I used to even call US200. I tell you, I used to just do shit back in the day. But let's get back to it. Let me see what y'all said. It's SIL1. All right, cool. You said SIL1. Alright, cool. So we'll talk about it in a second. Let me catch you to the other chat as well. DXY. Look at DXY. God bless you. Appreciate that. I did get in a little late. I agree. It's all good. It's all good. This is teaching moments. These are teachable moments. Okay. So silver is just like gold as of right now. We're bullish, so we should only be looking for buys. Now, as far as where you want to look for buys at, let me give you some precise levels to pay attention to. And also, peep, UJ still chilling here. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. Let's put this back on NAS100 while I do what we do. And again, if you want to learn how to mark off these key price levels, all you have to do is click that link in the description and join Playmaker University. And shout out to one of the people, someone DM'd me last week, and I figured out a way for those that can't or don't want to put the full price down. I did figure out a way how to do the Klarna Afterpay shit. So I had to add that to my links, or you could just message me and we can do that as well. But I do have to add that to my links. I just didn't want to make it too confusing, so I might have to make an announcement to explain all that good shit, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright, so let's look at what we got going on here. Let's look at what we got going on here. Again, when it comes to the all-time highs, it's going to be a little bit trickier because you have to be a lot more patient away from retracements and things like that. But you can see yesterday, for example, it still plays out, or it still plays out best in your interest to still go with the flow of price. Because if you would have tried to go for sales yesterday on gold, you would have had a lot more opportunities to go for buys yesterday versus sales. So again, always go with the flow of price. Always go with the flow of price. All right. So we're bullish on silver. So this is what silver's got going on. Again, I don't pay for the CME shit, so it is a slight delay, but it's the same shit, right? So with silver, okay, if we can break above and maintain 91.50 as support, 91.45 as support, you can look for buys going up to 93.25. All right. If it rejects this level, you could also see price retest and look for buys at 89.30, going up to 91.45. All right. So I'd look for buys here, right? If it rejects, you could also look at possible buys at 86.90 if you could hold that support. But we are bullish, and as you can see, price probably did this last night. Yep, 9:30. Look how it tapped that level, and it took off. And again, look how price reacted to this level. Again, look how price pushed up, how the volume stopped here, turned from resistance to support, pushed up. Look how volume stopped here, rejected back down. So this is why you want to have these key price levels marked off, because you're always going to be prepared for the next possible rejection, but you're also going to always have the best place to enter a setup on. And again, look at USD/JPY. Look at how it's reacting right here, right? And then NAS is still struggling to hold that level as support. But yeah, that's what's going on with silver. That's what's going on with silver. What the fuck? Oh, I already had GU typed up. I'm tripping. I'm gonna put gold back up. Again, looking right here. What would happen? You would have tried to trace price and go for sells here, 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 or here. You would have got fucked up, right? If you would have went for buys, you would have made a bag. But also, you would have got fucked up because, again, you're trying to enter sells off support levels instead of resistance level. There's no need to be in a rush to take setups. You never see me trying to hurry up and take a trade. Right? There's no rush to take a setup. What about US30? We're looking for buys on US30. We are looking for buys on US30. So are you on the future side or Forex side? Let me know simply. Are you on the Forex side or the future side? Because they're different prices if you're on the Forex or future side. So let me know what side you're on so I can tell you the right prices. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. What the fuck? Oh, I'm on the wrong chart. That's why I was like, what? Where's my levels? I done clicked the wrong chart. I was wondering where my shit was at. So if you're on US30 though, games over US30 is buys. So we're either going to look for price to break above and maintain 49.550 as support, where we can look for buys going to 49.670, or we can look for a retest at 49.390. And if we can hold that as support, we can look for buys going to 49.540, 49.550. That's the game plan for US30. We're right back at the all-time highs. And again, at the beginning of the week, I told you to look for buys, just like last week I told you to go for buys. And yesterday I told you to go for buys, even though we had price reject New York session. So if you would have went for sales chasing price, you would have got fucked up. Again, always go with the flow of price based off the bigger time frame. Always, always, always. Always, always, always. So yeah, we're going to see what the 5 EM GP news does. I want to see there's going to be some action to make our lives easier with GU and GJ. But like always, if you don't see any action between now and 6 a.m., I highly recommend just waiting for 8 o'clock and 9:30 open to look for setups, right? So if I don't see anything between now, that's what I'm going to do myself personally. You're on the futures, no problem. You're on the futures, I can do the same thing for the future side. I think I got to just update my levels though, so I might have to do that really quick because I think I deleted them yesterday. I did. So let me redo them really quick so y'all can know what we're looking at. I deleted them during the one-on-one session yesterday. By the way, I have to put a limit now. So I'm gonna put an announcement in the free Telegram. But matter of fact, let me look right now because I only have maybe 2 or 3 more one-on-one session spots because we got a lot of people doing one-on-one sessions now. Shout out to the ones that just signed up. But I'm going to have to put a limit soon on that because I need to still have a life, right? And I still got other shit to do. So I can't have too many one-on-one sessions per week, right? Because again, each session is an hour long. So I have a bunch of people doing sessions. Like if I have 3 people doing a session in one day, that's 3 hours. Plus I still got to do other shit throughout the day and all this other shit. So I got to make sure that I can manage my time correctly, but also still have enough time and energy to take care of those that are doing one-on-one sessions. So let me tell y'all right now how many more slots are available for one-on-one sessions. Jeez, hold on one second. I'm only going to take 5 more for the one-on-one session. So there's only 5 more people that can do one-on-one sessions at the moment. Alright, I'm only going to take 5 more people because then after that, it's going to be a little too hectic. Alright, so it's only 5 more one-on-one session slots available. Because after that, it's going to get a little too hectic. Alright, cool. So again, notice how NAS is doing what NAS is doing. So let me mark up these levels for YM really quick so y'all can know what the game plan for YM is. And then we can move from there. And again, when you sign up for one-on-one sessions, use the same link every time to sign up. Alright, use the same link every time to sign up. Alright, let me just mark these levels off really quick and I'll tell y'all what the game plan for YM on the future side is. And I've had a few members get funded this week too. So shout out to the members, shout out to Yaz, shout out to Leo. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize, but I had a few people get funded this week as well. I gotta post that, cause I'll be getting a lot of messages. I just don't be posting them all the time, but I gotta start doing that. So I'll probably post some this week. Well, I'm saying this week, it's fucking Friday. I'll probably post some today. Talking about this week, it's fucking Friday. And again, like I always say, I'm not saying don't have a life, but still put some time in this weekend, especially if you're brand new to trading or not profitable yet. You cannot afford, literally, you cannot afford to not put any time or not think about trading over the weekend. Again, I'm not saying don't go out, but still spend at least an hour, 2 hours a day if you're actually trying to learn some shit. So with YM, we are still bullish. So with YM, game plan is still the same. We're gonna look for buys. So we're either gonna look for buys if we can retrace and maintain 49,640 as support. Then we could look for buys going to 49,720, or if we can hold 49,720 as support, we could look for buys going to 49,800. And if we hold 49,800 as support, we could look for buys going to 49,900. And if it rejects this point, we could also look at possible buys of 49,570 and 49,500. Anything below that, I would leave YM alone for the day. So again, this is YouTube, so you can just rewind, replay those prices, write them down, mark them off, whatever the case may be. But that is the game plan. So GU tapped this level, so we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain this level as resistance. Here, if GU can hold 3,400 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 3,390. And then gold's also retracing as well. So if gold can maintain 45.98 as support, we can look for buys going to 46.14. And then look at how NAS is trying to flip and push back up on us. So we got a lot of sellers possibly about to play out. About to see what this next 15 looks like. We got 2.5 minutes till the next 15 pops up. So we're about to see what this next 15 looks like. About to see what this next 15 looks like. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're about to see what this next 15 looks like because we got GU, gold, NAS, and US30 trying to do something for us. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what they're talking about. Do I do challenges? What do you mean? Are you talking about like account challenges, profit? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by challenges? I do got to make a video going over how, when I tell y'all when you watch my video on how to get funded, when I say you can get funded in 2 weeks, how that's literally true. I do got to make a video going over that because within 3 weeks, I just got 2 more funded accounts. And they're not one step, they're not 0 step, they're the 2 steps where you have to pass 2 different phases. And within 3.5 weeks, I got 2 more accounts. And I didn't start them at the same time. So I do got to make a video probably this weekend. not post this week, but actually make the video this weekend going over that, right? Because when everybody was saying don't trade Christmas week, we traded Christmas week. Obviously we didn't trade every day because there weren't setups every day, but we traded Christmas week. And trading Christmas week, literally the day before Christmas Eve, I got another funded account from a two-step, right? December 23rd, 11/12, got another two-step. And then last week, hold on one second. And I showed this to the members and students last week. If we take a trip down memory lane, these are old trades, by the way. Nobody take these setups. These are old trades. Nobody take these setups. And then last week, I passed a phase 1 in a week and a half. And then this week, literally off one trade, I passed phase 2. And I'm trading that account right now. So I'm probably going to go show y'all the P&Ls and all that shit, the risk management, and break down again how when you watch this video, it's called the playbook for a reason, playmaker way for a reason. Everything I tell y'all to do, I do. Everything I tell y'all not to do, I used to do it, and that's why I don't do that shit no more. So when I be telling y'all to do this, that, and the third, I'm telling y'all to do that shit for a reason, because the shit works. I'm telling y'all, the shit works. I even had a student, I might add him to the video, not put his business out there, of course, but even add him to the video. I was doing one-on-one session with my student, one of my members. You know who you are. And he had a 100K account. Last week, he had that shit, and he was down. He was nervous. I told him to watch that video. I broke down how to pass. And then guess what he did this week? He's funded 100K. Right? So again, when you follow the rules, you will succeed. Again, emphasis on if you follow the rules, right? Because it doesn't matter if you know the shit. If you don't follow it, that shit don't really matter. But if you follow the rules, you will succeed. I can say that confidently. But let's see if NAS will hold this level here. I'm kind of liking this setup here. Gold's trying to do a retest right here. So I probably will make, I got a lot of videos to make this weekend, so I'll probably add that to the list, because that would be a good video, especially because it's a fresh account. Because I know people will be like, oh, show this and that. But like I said, when you make a lot of money, you don't tell the world you're making a lot of money. People that do that shit are either stupid or make money by showing people that they make money, right? But if I actually take these trades and make money, I don't have to promote every time I win a fucking trade how much money I made. You see what I'm saying? That's why I do the live streams and post stuff, so y'all can see I'm actually taking the setups. But I don't have to convince y'all by showing y'all that I made money, because again, if there'd be something wrong with me if I've been calling signals since 2022 and I have not yet figured out a way to how to make money on my own signals that are winners, right? That'd be crazy of me to call all these winning trades. I have to make money off these winning trades myself. You see what I'm saying? But I'm about to see if NAS100. So I probably will show that behind the scenes. I'm still gonna block some stuff out so you don't see my personal information and shit. But I will probably show you the math behind it. Yeah, I was aggressive with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'll talk about that in the video as well. But even with me being aggressive, just by still sticking to my rules, I was still able to get funded in 2.5 weeks. Two-step. That means phase 1, I had to get 8%. Phase 2, 5%. Right? So again, these rules are not out to get you. The rules are going to help you become a disciplined trader. Right? Because all prop firms ask you to do is don't over leverage and show that you can consistently win trades. That's it. Right? That's all they ask you to do. Right? It'd be different if they're like, you need to make 20% or some crazy shit. But no, 8% ain't shit. You know, 8% is not a lot. It's very easy to get to when you have a game plan. So let's see what we got going on. So we're still retesting this level. I'm liking this right here, but we have news, so I'm gonna wait till after the news just to be on the safe side. I'm liking NAS100 right here though. Yeah, talking like 5. Oh, challenges like that. I don't do challenges like that no more, because that That encourages people to do dumb shit. So I don't do that no more. Now, I did that back in the day. Again, I've been doing this for a long time. That's why I be chilling now, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a track record, but I do have a video that I made back in the day. I might make another video going over it, because it has been 2 years since I did it. But I do have a video on how to double your account every 2 weeks. All right, and I know that sounds crazy, but this is without over leveraging, and it's simple math. That's why when I be breaking down videos, people are like, there's no way you can do this and that. Like, I had somebody, I made a video talking about profit from accounts, and the dude was like, oh, a 50K account, that's really only 2,000. So you can't even risk, if you're risking 1% of 2,000, you're only risking this. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, right? So a lot of people, like, when you look at these comment sections, whether it's trading or anything that's positive about making money online, all those comments of people talking negative, if you ask them if they've ever done what they're talking about so confidently, 8 times out of 10, they've never done it. They're just talking. And then the other 20% tried for 2 days and then gave up, right? So a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? So if you watch that video, I go over how to double your account in 2 weeks. And then I also think I show in that video me doing that. But members and students, y'all can see this yourselves, but give me a second, because we got some charts trying to do some shit. We got gold retesting, we got GU retesting, then we got NAS doing, NAS is doing. So let's pay attention to these charts really quick, right? But playmakers and advanced play signal room, you know, when you join, you get sent into the old channel, and you know we call signals in the 2.0 channel, right? So if we go into the original advanced plays channel, right? This is the old channel from when we first started the playbook, all that good stuff. We go to photos, and we're going to take a trip down memory lane. All right. So you can see in this screenshot, right? And these were from trades I was taking with the members and students. So this was back in MT4, MT5 days. So I used to like flip accounts, leave $100 in there, then flip that. I used to do shit like that all the time. But now that I got more capital, I don't really do that shit no more, because again, the more money you make, the more you can make off the same setups. But this is back when I used to swing trade too, because I had to back in the day to make more money, because I didn't have a lot of money starting off, right? But you can see right here, I said the screenshot, I said for motivation, no over leveraging, just patience, understanding market structure and key price levels. Been holding these trades for 2 days, right? And again, this was in 2023. So this wasn't yesterday, making it clear, because always somebody in the background trying to find something to discredit me. I'm not saying I did this yesterday, but again, you can see the balance was $94, and you can see that I'm up $100. So I doubled this, right? Same screenshot, you can see I tripled my account in 2 days, right? Now, look at the lot size, 0.04. You can't just go into GJ and put a 0.04 lot size and make $20. That's just not gonna happen. But why am I about $25 over 0.04 lot size? Because look how many pips I caught. I entered at 169.60 and I'm at 170.46. I'm up almost 100 pips. So again, this is a big boy move. Up 100 pips, right? So again, you have to actually know the direction price is going to catch 100 pips. You can't scalp and catch 100 pips in one trade. You can't scalp and hold a position for 100 pips, right? So this is why I tell y'all to go with the floor price on the bigger time frame, so you can catch bigger moves and catch that momentum. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with gold. You see this gold right here is a 0.02 lot size. Again, put a 0.02 on gold. You're not going to just magically make $45. But why am I up $45 off a 0.02 lot size? Because again, I entered a sell at 2010, and look where price is at, 1987. Do the math. That is a big boy move right there, right? So when you go with the flow of price, you're going to be able to catch more points and pips, meaning your RR is going to be bigger, as well as the more money you're going to make point and pip wise, right? So that's how you're supposed to actually flip small accounts, because small accounts get flipped not from over leveraging, but just because, again, If you're catching big moves, you're going to make a lot more off smaller accounts versus if I had a 5K account and caught these moves, I wouldn't have made so much compared to my account size, right? So again, we go to the next screenshot, same price. I just added a couple more positions, but you see this GJ setup 169.60. Same thing like this screenshot 169.60, 2010-22, 2002-34. Same thing 2002-24, 2010-22. I just added another position on gold, added another position on GJ, and then my Euro New Zealand trade that was in drawdown, 74.10. You can see that now we're at 74.10, 72.70. So again, I'm up over 100 pips on this position. Added another position, right? So again, when you actually know how to read these charts, you do not have to over leverage to make a lot of money, right? So I think I talked about that in a video I dropped in the chat, and then I also did another account flip as well back in the day, but I heard some beeps, so hold on one second. I heard some beeps go off. Let me see what's going on really quick. Okay, so we got NAS retesting and GU broke that level, so we're gonna let GU do his thing. All right, so we're gonna put this right here. Okay, so we can still pay attention to NAS. So we're gonna show another one I did as well, right? So there's another one, trades I called in the signal room. You can see I started with $144. I'm up 23 bucks again. So this time I did a smaller lot size. I did the smallest lot size possible to again show y'all how easy it is to make money risking a little bit. Again, enter that 196.09 at 197. So I'm up 100 pips. You see what I'm saying? So again, when you actually know how to go with the flow of price and how to read the charts, you can make a lot of money with just risking a little bit. Again, 0.01s on all of these, up 40 bucks, almost 50 bucks, right? Same screenshot, 144, now I'm up 232. So even by putting the smallest lot size, because I'm catching big moves, I was still able to double my account in 3 days by putting the smallest lot size possible, right? So again, watch that video I dropped in the chat. That goes over how to effectively grow your account. Now that's more for live accounts. You can't do that with funded accounts, obviously. So, you know, we got to use a little bit of common sense there. That's for live accounts, that video, because you can't double funded accounts, all right? So that's for personal accounts, okay? I got a video for funded accounts. I got a video for personal accounts. But yeah, I don't do that shit no more because there's no point in me doing it no more. You know, I've already done it, so I don't do it no more. Now I'm like just focused on helping people trade and learn how to trade and just making bread. That's all I'm really focused on, is just growing my account and making bread. All right, y'all, we're gonna be on for a little bit longer. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. Want me to look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But I probably will make that video over the funded accounts that just passed to double down on the video I dropped 2 weeks ago, showing you that again, the shit I'm telling y'all actually works. Not just my members and students are getting funded, but also I use the same rules to get funded as well. All right, again, Playmaker Way is called the playbook for a reason. And again, I showed y'all I was catching 100 plus pips. Those were big moves. So again, you can't just catch 100 pips by hopping on the 5 minute and catching the FEG LMNOPing, right? You have to actually understand some market structure and shit. Appreciate that, appreciate that. So gold is retesting that level. We could go for a gold buy. I'm looking at NAS and we could look for a gold buy here again. Same setup that we took yesterday. We could take that setup again. I'm not against taking that setup again, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Might take that setup again. Damn, I just missed a good entry on it. Let's see if it retraces a little bit more going into the next 15. But yeah, that's why I be chilling, because a lot of stuff I did, like I said, like we might don't let the subscriber count fool you, or let the followers of Instagram or TikTok fool you. One, Instagram is different from TikTok. Instagram only pushes certain things. I actually post educational content, and you know that doesn't give numbers, right? It is what it is. So that's why I don't get a lot of views, because again, everybody wants to watch the 50th person buy a BMW for some fucking reason, or they want to watch people make videos off the balcony of a fucking high rise and get in any city. I don't know, people are weird, right? But that's why I be saying shout out to everybody in the live, because it's crazy how people always talk about, oh, these course sellers, they be gatekeeping. Nobody wants to teach shit for free, but then when motherfuckers teach shit, nobody wants to show up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always shout out y'all that be in the live streams, because I know if you're at least in this live stream, you at least want to try to learn something, right? But that's also why I be chilling, because I've already done a lot of shit. Like I said, my TikTok, I'm on my 5th TikTok account because I kept on getting suspended and flagged. So that's why I kind of just be chilling now, and I just talk, because when I do anything besides show my handsome face and talk, I get fucking suspended. And I'm tired of restarting TikToks. Like, I'd be at like 50K followers minimum by now if I didn't have to restart my TikTok and make a new one for like the 5th time in a row. But like you can see, like shit like this, like I was getting removed and violated and suspended all the fucking time. So I kind of just chilled out on posting, because I kept on getting flagged over and over again, like talking about frauds and scams. But if y'all be in my TikTok lives, I'm literally just showing charts. I'm not even promoting shit. I'm literally just showing charts and going over market structure. But yeah, I be getting flagged. But these other people be trading on demo accounts and all this other shit, and you know they be chilling. It'd be craziness. It'd be craziness. But yeah, but we're about to see how this next 15 plays out. New 15 just popped up. I'm trying to find another screenshot of me getting suspended and violated. Like you see right here, 2023. Right, I was getting my account fucked up. I actually lost this account too, actually. RIP. But yeah, that's why I kind of chilled out. But then last year, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm about to go back hard. So that's why I started going back hard last year, because I took a little break. I'm not gonna lie, I took a break from posting hella content for like 4 or 6 months, because I was just tired of just getting my shit reported and flagged. So I took a little break, but we need people to learn, because I get it. When I was trying to learn, I wanted somebody to actually teach me some shit. So I know it's important to have people actually want to teach you some shit. So I missed the entry on gold. It is what it is. Go ahead and see how NAS plays out right here. But again, we do have GP news at 5 o'clock. So we're going to let GU do his thing. We're going to let GJ do his thing. And then we're going to come back New York session, see what New York session got in store for us. Again, if you don't see any action between now and 6 a.m., highly recommend just waiting for 8 o'clock, 9:30 open to find a setup. There is no New York news today, so we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. All right, y'all. Yeah, I mean, TikTok is sensitive, but like I said, like I be watching other people, and they do not be flagging these other people like they be flagging me. So I take that as a compliment, but obviously, like, there are certain things you can't do on TikTok, but like, I'll try to do shit I see other people do, like content wise, and I get flagged immediately. So I'm like, what the fuck? So that's why I literally just talk. And then even like on TikTok, that's why I don't even say Telegram on TikTok, because if I say Telegram on TikTok, or if I even say join this, I get flagged for even saying stuff like that. So that's why I do this stuff the way I do it, because I just have to be extra smart with it compared to other people. Like, I can't even post screenshots of like trades, or I'll get flagged. I can't do shit on there besides talk. It's craziness. But then I scroll and I see everybody posting screenshots of them in trades, brokers, payouts, and they get 1,000 views. But as soon as I post that, oh, violated immediately. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So it is what it is, though. We're about to see if NAS can hold this level right here. So again, just dropped a video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out if you have not already. Got some new videos lined up for y'all for on TikTok and Instagram today as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Shout out to everybody in the live, y'all. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free signal, free Telegram. And like always, you're interested in learning how to identify these levels by seeing new servers and mentorship programs. Hit those links in the description. You watch any of my YouTube videos, the last 3.5 minutes, because you notice when I start saying if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. There is still 3 minutes and some change left in the video. So if you just watch to the end, I take you behind the scenes to show you all the details of each program I have, as well as what comes with what and what comes with what. All right. But like always, do you have any other questions, you can hit me up on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. I respond to all messages. Won't be on live TikTok today. We'll be back live next week on TikTok. But yeah, again, do not waste y'all's weekend. All right. I'm not saying don't have a life and don't enjoy yourselves, but do not waste the weekend. All right, y'all. Are you going live from New York session? No. When I do New York session, I drop for the members and students the New York price watch list. Only go live. Like I said, I'm not. Only reason why I do lives now is because people used to be like, "Oh, you're a liar. You didn't actually catch this setup. You didn't actually do this." So now I go live, so it's documented that I'm telling y'all my projections, or if I take a trade, it's documented. But when I tell y'all, I am not at my desk. When I'm trading, I'm not at my desk. I'm in my bed, I'm in the kitchen, I'm going for a walk, I'm at the gym, I'm out and about. I'm only at my desk when I'm doing live streams, one-on-one sessions, or making videos. That's the beauty of trading. All you need is signal and Wi-Fi, and you can do this anywhere, right? So when I'm trading, I'm comfortable. A lot of times when I take setups, London session, New York session, I'm either in the bed chilling or I'm cooking me some breakfast. You see what I'm saying? So at the beginning of New York session, I do drop the New York price watch list for the members, but I don't be live streaming like that. Like I said, because that's the whole point of me trading, is because I wanted to have the convenience and flexibility of doing whatever the fuck I want, right? So I'm not one of these people that's live for 10 hours a day. I don't do that shit. Shout out to y'all that do it, but I don't do that shit. And like I said, this is a long TikTok. If you look at my, not TikTok, this is a long live. If you look at all my other lives, I'm usually only live for like an hour. But like I tell y'all, like if I ask questions, I don't mind being on longer. But if nobody's asking questions, I'm not gonna just sit here for 3 hours, because I don't do that in real life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say I don't mind answering questions or being on longer if there's questions. But there's no questions being asked, especially if there's also like the markets are slow. I'm not just gonna be standing at my desk live for like 3-4 hours. But every day I do drop the New York price watch list for the members and students in the advanced placing room, right? So for example, I pull this up right here. Nobody takes these setups. These are old setups. So we look at yesterday. This is a trade I did. We didn't take that setup. All right, so we look at yesterday. You can see throughout the day, I'm letting y'all know when charts are going as projected, when key price levels are getting hit. And this is all from the New York price watch list, right? So the New York price watch list I drop every day, going over the trades we took during London session, the possible setups going into New York. And then you also can see throughout the day, pre-New York, I'll send trade ideas as well, right? So you see we took this trade London session live yesterday, 3:38. And then you can see at 5 a.m., I posted a screenshot saying we're looking for US30 buys and GU sales. And then what did US30 do New York session? What did GU do all fucking day? It tanked, and the US30 flew New York session, right? So I do stuff like that throughout the day, so y'all always have setups and opportunities. And again, every day I drop the New York price watches every single day, and you can see more screenshots of charts, giving you updates on charts going as projected. And then we go live during news events as well. So yeah, that's what I do with the members and students. And then you can see the same thing here. Right, this was NAS100, January 12th, 626. I said, NAS is back in the zone. Let's see if we can hold. Again, did I say sells? No, I said buys, right? And this was at 626, 3 hours before 9:30 open. Then 2 hours later, we took the NAS100 buy. And then what did NAS100 do off the 9:30 candlestick on Monday? Let's find out. What did NAS do on Monday? So again, this is when I posted a screenshot at 6:30. We entered the trade at 8 o'clock. This is what price did 9:15. Did a retest 9:30. Price exploded to the upside. Lately, TikTok has been flagging everyone not only trading content but also basic news. I don't know. Like I said, I've been dealing with TikTok reporting and spamming me since 2023, 2022. So they might be strict on everybody else now, but they've been like this with me since I started TikTok back in the day. So now they're probably just getting everybody now, but they do me like that all the time. Like I said, this is my 5th TikTok account since 2022. And I lost 2 TikTok accounts 2024 going into 2025. That's why 2025 I took a little break. But then after like quarter 2, quarter 3 of 2025, I went back going hard on TikTok because I was like, fuck it, people need me, so I ain't gonna let them stop me, because that's what they want. They want me to stop posting shit. Because again, you look at anybody else posting on TikTok, they all saying the same shit, or they're always complaining about price action, and there's no lies that be breaking shit down or teaching like I be teaching. Especially the way I teach, because again, I actually took the time to learn how to read the charts. So that's why our shit's so accurate as well. So you post all that in events. I do that in Playmaker University and Advanced Play Signal Room. I do that in Playmaker University and Advanced Play Signal Room. The Advanced Play Signal Room is signals, and that Playmaker University, you get all my books for free. You get the daily analysis. You get access to the group chat. You get access to the news lives, as well as you get my full strategy for life, right? Advanced Play Signal Room is a monthly thing. I usually get signals and updates throughout the day. And like I said, I got something dropping that's a lower tier next week. I probably will make an announcement today during New York session about it dropping next week. So I'm gonna have tiers now for the playmakers, right? There's gonna be the tier 1, which is gonna be dropping next week. Then there's the tier 2, which is the signals. Tier 3 is one-on-one sessions, where you get the sessions and the signals. And then tier 4 is going to be Playmaker University. All right. So I got a lot of stuff I got to change and reorganize as well on my links, because like I said, for like Playmaker, I'm probably just only going to do it for Playmaker University, just to be honest though, because all the other shit's not that expensive. But I will be doing the Afterpay and Klarna shit for Playmaker University, so I will have to add that link to my link in the bio as well. But besides that, I'm just going to be adding a couple more things, and then we're just going to keep on doing what we did last year, the year before that, and the year before that, which is eat, catch these pips, and take what the markets give us. All right, so we got GP news about to pop off. Can't wait for that announcement. No problem, no problem. Like I said, it's just going to be something for the people that aren't ready to join Playmaker University or can't afford to get into Playmaker University or signals. It's just going to be lower tier. Like I said, I'm going to break it down later. I just got to set a reminder. I'll be so fucking busy. I'll be forgetting to do other stuff. But we will have that announcement later on today. All right, y'all, I got a few things to do. Again, if you want to contact me directly, you know what to do. You can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. Keep an eye on the charts, y'all, and we're going to see what New York sessions got in store for us. That's all we got to do is just wait.